busy moms and dads, how do you find time to game? Amongst all the things we're trying to do, raising a family, potentially, full-time jobs, family members, all those other adult responsibilities and things that we didn't have 20, 30 years ago. The time for our favorite hobby, gaming, is just so razor thin. So, it's absolutely shaped the way that I play games and the way that I experience the hobby. Back in the day, we had the inverse issue, right? Like, we had plenty of time, summer breaks, weekends, all those different things, like so much time to indulge in video games, just like get absolutely engulfed in whatever fantasy world or whatever we were trying to get into. The problem was the resources, right? I remember, begging my mom to take me to Toys R Us or EB Games or wherever, Funkoland, to get a new game. And that was the pinnacle or the highlight of the month. They didn't come around monthly, but that was the pinnacle of the highlight, was just getting a new game and being able to spend time in those worlds or whatever. Now we kind of have the inverse issue, right? Like, resources aren't really the problem. We are the mom and the dads in a lot of cases. But the problem is that, hey, when I'm looking at this game, I'm literally looking at how much time is it going to take me to complete it? Because I'm thinking about, like, how much time is it going to be, before I can actually feel like I've done something or contributed. Open world games, it's kind of a positive thing. But, in a lot of cases, like, more game, more better, right? But, it's almost like, man, I only have so much time. And that kind of brings me to my problem, which is, for me, gaming requires kind of a commitment. I've got desktop PCs and consoles and everything like that, but I like actually spending time sitting down and committing to a game is kind of a big ask. It's not a super easy thing. It takes so much time to sit down, boot up your game, get into a save, get going, and then you never know if you're going to be interrupted by a responsibility, a kid, having to do something, take care of something, go to work, whatever responsibility you might have. So it's a real dilemma, and it actually is preventing me from being able to enjoy games until I discovered this a few years back. It's almost been a year now since Hollow Knight Silksong. And I remember purchasing that game on the 4th of September, I believe it was. And I picked it up as soon as the Steam store recovered and started playing it. And I remember I completed that game, all of the 3 acts in about 60 hours is when I rolled credits. And I believe that was maybe the last day of September when I rolled those credits. So in the span of a month, I was able to throw in 60 hours into Hollow Knight Silksong. How did I do that? Handheld gaming was how I did it. 80% of that was spent on my ROG Ally. And it was fantastic. I played it, in between little free moments at the kitchen counter. I played it, a lot of it, in the bed when I was supposed to be sleeping. But once everyone else was down and I had a few 5 to 10 minutes to play the game, which turned into 30 minutes to an hour to 2 hours, I had a lot of those late night sessions playing the game, and it was fantastic, and I enjoyed it. It was just an excellent experience. But I recently had a dilemma where my ROG Ally has been on the fritz for the last month. And I was in the middle of playing Mina the Hollower. Fantastic game, by the way. If you haven't played it, go check it out. And when the ROG Ally went down, I would find myself in these situations where I was like, man, I really want to play Mina the Hollower, but man, and everybody's down, and I've got the time technically, but man, it's going to mean I have to go into the man cave and sit down and boot the game up, start from the save, and then I might potentially get tired. Like, I don't know about you, but like after a few minutes sitting on the couch, like the head starts nodding a little bit, and like that's it, it's a wrap. You got to call it a day. Save the game. If you actually made it to a save point, go back upstairs, go to bed. So that was a real contention for me. And I found that like, instead of electing to do that and with all that friction, I would just elect to not play it. So I went like days or weeks not playing my Steam version of the game until, and I have a Switch 2. I'm primarily a PC player. Mainly that's kind of my ecosystem, really. It's where I've got a lot of my games at, but I've also got a Switch 2 and a PS5. And I was like, hey, why don't I just play this on the Switch 2? Like, am I really going to abandon my 15-hour save and pick this up on Switch 2 and start all over again? But the pull for me to the Hollow was so strong, I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it live. And I did it, and it was a fantastic decision. I just rolled credits on that one a few days ago. I think I got through it from start to finish from that Switch 2 save in maybe 2 weeks, I think. And that was like another 16 hours. And that was the unlock. I mean, it just allows me to game in the cracks, essentially. Like that's sort of the main piece of it. Like I can actually like fit that into my schedule as opposed to trying to make my schedule fit around the game, if that makes any sense. Like I can just sort of pick up and play. It's perfect. You got suspend resume. And even comparing it to PC handhelds, the Switch 2 was really good because it's sort of tailor-made and designed for that TV to handheld, switching experience. Switch. So while, yes, I've got a docking station for my PC handheld, I would often find that like using that docking station on my TV, you might occasionally have like audio issues or controller sync issues or things like that. Whereas the Switch, it just works. You pop it in and it absolutely just works. Yeah, I mean, handheld gaming is the unlock for me. Like it's absolutely essential to how I game in the cracks. Like without it, I would just be an old man, dad, alone. Well, not alone, but just gameless, playerless. How do y'all game? Is that true for you all? Like, do you do handhelds? Is that a key for you guys? Do you have like special time or schedules that you work out with your partner or whatever? Like, drop in the comments. Like, how do you, like, what's your gaming regimen like? How much time do you get a week? And how do you fit it in? Like with all the other stuff you're doing with the extracurricular activities for yourself and for your kids and your family or what have you and your other responsibilities. Like, just curious to know. Anyway. Thanks for watching. Just wanted to spread some love about my favorite hobby and talk about how I make it fit into my life. So thanks. Subscribe if you want to. Like the video if you want to. Appreciate it. Later.